what a difference a day makes there. So for the last 3 or 4 days, it's been kind of brutally cold, real chilly. And then found myself this morning having to open the window upstairs while I was sleeping because it was getting too warm. So yesterday, day before yesterday, the low temperature was 22 below zero. This morning, right now, it's about 14 degrees above. And we're going to be in the high 30s all week this week. So crazy weather. If you don't like the weather in Alaska, just wait a couple of days, it'll change. But I'm happy whenever we're not in the deep freeze, 40 belows, because it makes it much more bearable. And for every one of the days we have like that, end of winter is much closer. All right, headed for work. It's 3:29 in the morning, and they say I might see some northern lights, so I'll keep my eyes open. See what we got. If I got any, I'll take pictures of them and show them to you. Got a couple of projects online for this weekend. Weekend/week. But I picked this lumber up. Without thinking what the rain would do to it. This one piece is bowed already. So I may have to let this dry for a few days before I get started. A little bit of a curve. On both the top pieces, which is fine. Like I said, I'll let them dry. I'm not worried about it. Won't be the end of the world. That's some pretty stuff though. So I did the upstairs with tongue and groove, and I thought that was what I was buying today until I looked at it, and this is actually called shiplap. And this is blue stain pine, same stuff I had before for upstairs for the cupboards. The difference is that, like I said, this is shiplap, and it's 8 inches wide as opposed to 6 inches wide. And this is going to close in the pantry and the bathroom from the rest of the cabin. And this will be the last of the, for now, that I can think of the blue stain pine that I'll be using. Because blue stain pine is beautiful, but if you get too carried away, you can make everything really dark. And I don't want to do that. I want to have a light, bright cabin inside when it's done. And then I picked up a couple of more 2x6s because the next project that I'm going to do, as far as pine is concerned, as far as finishing is concerned, is going to require that I have those 2x6s. It just seems like every time I take one step forward with planing and organizing, I take 6 steps back. As long as we're moving forward in one direction or another, we're good. All right, I need... I got 10 of these today. These are not only bending a bit, but they're cupping a bit as well. So I'll get some weight on those. I'll leave them at the bottom of the stack when I'm sitting there for a couple of days. All right. I'll take the generator out. I'll top it off tomorrow. I'm not worried about it today. Oh. That one. A little prettier. Oh, goodness. 5:30 in the morning. We've been up for about an hour. Maybe an hour and a half. I got up at 4. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Got a bit more cleaning up to do in here, and getting organized and moving some stuff around before I could get started with the project for today. Oh my goodness. Oh. One of the negative things about doing stuff inside in winter is I don't have any room to put anything. Alright, I gotta get rid of all of this garbage here as well. Get that all cleaned up. I do need to make a run to town because I gotta hit the dumps today and stop off and refill 2 of the 3 propane bottles. I just swapped out to a new one, but to be honest with you, I'm about ready to turn the heater off because it's like 34 degrees outside right now, and inside is, you know, down here is probably 70, which is way warmer than I'm used to this time of year. All right, let's get the rest of this cleaned up. I think eventually I'm going to move all this brick. Well, I'm not going to move the brick yet. I need to get some of these projects done because by not having these projects done, I've just got crap everywhere. And when I finish the projects, I won't have any of the stuff just laying around. Okay, before I can start working on this wall, and I mean I got to get rid of that, but I need to mount a piece of wood for trim up top. So if I had been thinking when I installed this wall, and not that it's a negative thing, right? If I close this in here, when I get over to here, I have nothing to attach it to. So even though I picked up those 2x6s, I'm going to use a 2x4 because I got a couple of long ones from when I had the closet here. And I'll use the 2x4. This will work. Underneath here, I'll run some screws up into it to pull it down and make it tight, and then I've got something to screw it to right here so that I have a nice secure run all the way down. We're up town and picked up something for dinner. And then got an ice cream, of course. Let's bring these in to do this with because getting tired of trying to cut on the couch. All right, so I'm going to need a tape measure out that wall. It's pretty dead on. Can't complain much. It's kind of like right where it needs to be. I might grab a couple of pieces of trim just for the bottom to keep it up off the floor. need. One, two, and a partial. So I'm going to need to cut one up there. Alright, I can make that work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The math did not work out at all. Okay, so that one needs to go all the way across. Better do a little tapping. Stay. Good boy. All right, beautiful. You look marvelous. We'll get that top piece last. Ugh. Another one. There we go. Come on, come on. Alright, that's enough for one day. I picked up a steak at Echo Lake Meats. We'll get this thing all seasoned up. Nice. That is a pretty little New York. For the longest time, I was not a fan of the New York steak. But then I bought one at Echo Lake Meats, and it was so delicious that I'm back on to New York's again. Let me show you. Okay. So, kosher salt. And that's a pretty thick chunk of meat, so kosher salt's not gonna kill it. And then, because it's in New York, we are going to do a lot of black pepper and do almost like a New York pepper steak. I buy the coarse ground stuff. I don't know, looks like a lot of salt on it, but I don't salt my food, so I don't usually put salt on anything. I just do it when I'm cooking. Okay, so now I've got all this other stuff here. Let's together. Oh, that's a pretty steak. That is a pretty steak. It's been sitting on the counter for about 2 hours. So then I'm going to cook it in olive oil. That's all I have in this pan anyway. Did my hash browns in here this morning. Get a good couple of tablespoons of olive oil in there. We need some butter. I do the 5-second rule most of the time, but it's a nasty, dirty floor right now. Get it up to about medium heat. I'm not going to do any potatoes or anything. I'll probably have some fruit to go with it. Okay. So the way I tell when I'm at the right heat is that butter starts to do its thing in there. A little piece of hash brown there from this morning. Now we're going to take this steak. And that is a chunk of meat. Holy smokes, that thing is big. That's a 1-pounder right there. Like 16-ounce New York. And just, I'm going to use the words of Alton Brown here. Just walk away. Just walk away. Just leave it alone. So I'm going to cook that until it's completely caramelized on the one side. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And walk away. Just walk away. Okay, so I want to sear this all the way around. Get it up on its edge. We'll let that do its thing. Alright, I'm pretty sure that is about as close as I'm going to get to what I'm looking for here. So I'm going to take that steak and I'm going to let it rest. I've got some sourdough bread here. Let's throw some garlic granules in this. So this is rendered steak fat, olive oil, and butter that's in that pan right now, plus some seasonings, right? So now I'm going to take a piece of French bread. I'm going to fry that bread in there as well, pick up some of those juices. I take a lot of heat for eating like the way that I do. So I go to the doctor every year and I have blood work done every year. Check out the chickens. And every year when it comes back, the doctor tells me, dude, your cholesterol is incredible. I don't know how your cholesterol stays so low. So we're just soaking up everything that's left in that pan. Olive oil, meat, you know, fat from the beef, butter. It sounds like the grater's going down, clearing the road. I'm cutting to this steak here in a second and give her a taste. Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's the grater. There he goes, scraping all the ice off the road. Okay, so let's grab a steak knife. Let's see how we did this. I was aiming for medium rare to medium. There we go. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Give her a little taste. Mmm. Mmm. That's delicious. I'm gonna go eat dinner. One of these is not like the other. This way? Oh, it's going to be this way. Okay. Little off. You can see I'm off, but I'm actually going to run a router all the way up around there and route out the whole inside of that, so we'll be fine there. I'll just have to make an adjustment on the other side here. When I put that top piece of trim in, I'll have to maybe run a saw, kind of clean that up, bring it from here up to there. We'll get it cleaned up. That won't be a big deal. That won't be a nice one. 26. So 26 and an 8. Sure helps if you have straight walls, right? There's 26. Alright, so we lose 26 right about here. So I get like 4 or 5 of them in there, and then that first one is like a 26 would bring me there. Okay, I'll go 26. Todd came over and we did a bit of chit-chatting. This is a custom designed and hand-built step ladder. They're expensive, I'm not going to lie. Alright, so I need that to be flush right there. Then, let's see what we got here. Willie, you like that one, did you? Mainly I just wanted to get this started so I could see what it would look like when it was done. Get a kind of an idea of the what's the word I'm looking for here? The transition between the light tongue and groove and the blue stain pine over here. Grab my cell phone and show you what I'm talking about. You can see the difference between the light wood up on top here and the blue stain pine there, and that's why I didn't want to go with blue stain here. I want something that's going to brighten it up a bit. And then as far as the lip goes here, I have a plan for trim that's going to cover this whole piece. That'll come down on a level just underneath there so that everything will be all sealed off and trimmed out when it's done. I don't want to go too far here though, because I want to do a few things with my electrical input here. Maybe. I have to think about it. But other than that, that's pretty much where we're at with the walls. Let me get back here so you can get a bit of a better look. Right? I like it. I think it's pretty. I think it's going to be really nice when it's done. I still have to route out here to match here, so I'll just take it and route it up, over, and down to clear it all the way out of the doors. I'll do that here too. That's why I wasn't so worried about the bottom on that one. So yeah, a little bit of progress, one day at a time. Just kind of moving forward and kind of deciding what I'm going to do while I'm doing it. I don't really have a plan for this. I kind of have a vision of what I want, but I don't have a plan for how I want it to be. So hopefully everything will work out. That's going to do it for me this week. I'm Sean in Alaska. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. If you have not done so, feel free to check out the other videos that I have and maybe hit that thumbs up. And subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, because I'm just going to keep doing this, and my mistakes will hopefully help you avoid any mistakes you make. Alright, I gotta clean this up.